My name is Diana Reyes, and I'm one of the 4 OEC service navigators. This afternoon's webinar is presented in English and will be recorded. The recording will provide access to Spanish translation if needed. We will complete the presentation and then have an opportunity for questions. Questions in English or in Spanish may be placed in the chat box. Buenas tardes a todos y bienvenidos. Mi nombre es Diana Reyes y soy una de las 4 navegadores de servicios de OEC. El seminario web de esta tarde se presenta en inglés y se grabará. La grabación dará acceso a la traducción al español si es necesario. Completaremos la presentación y luego tendremos la oportunidad de hacer preguntas. Las preguntas en inglés o en español se pueden poner en el chat. Me gustaría ahora entregarlo a la comisionada Beth Bai. I'd like to now turn it over to Commissioner Beth Bai.
Muchas gracias, Diana. Thank you for that. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm so excited to be with you today, and I'm really impressed with the turnout that we have. I can't say enough what Connecticut early childhood providers have done for children and families. Always, but the past couple of years at very difficult times. I've just come from a press conference with Governor Lamont, and we were joined by Karen Lott and Suzanne Ruttner, 2 longtime directors of Connecticut early childhood programs that are NAEYC accredited both. And yesterday I was with Congresswoman DeLauro at Circle with Georgia Goulburn, talking about the early childhood workforce needs and having really frank discussions with Representative Walker, Congresswoman DeLauro, and me about the challenges that the field faces. So we know these are unprecedented times. There have been unprecedented investments, and you all have so many challenges, and you're still providing incredibly high quality care to children and families despite those challenges, whatever it takes. I know those of you who are directors have been in the classrooms way more than usual, which you both enjoy, but then when do you do the administrative work and do payroll? At night and weekends. So we know what you've been going through. So it's nice today to pivot a little bit and talk about systemic changes in early childhood for Connecticut with the Connecticut Quality Improvement System that we're going to talk with you about today. I really want to start by thanking Deb Fliss for her vision and leadership here. Many of you might not know this, but Deb and I go back to before either of us had our first child, which was 30 years ago. We were pregnant in advocacy meetings together, and Deb was doing this thing, starting up this thing called the Accreditation Support Project with the Hartford Foundation. That was a small regional approach to improving quality in the Hartford region. But even back then, Deb's vision was that support and quality, you had to have supportive efforts to improve quality. That improving quality wasn't about compliance, it was about providing the resources that program leaders needed to improve the quality. 30 years later, Deb and I are together at the Office of Early Childhood, and when I began as commissioner, I told her we needed to sort of abandon the compliance-based quality improvement system approaches that 40 plus other states are using that are grounded in rating classrooms. And we wanted a system that would be grounded in supporting programs. Suzanne Ruttner just checked in. Suzanne Ruttner, thank you, Suzanne Ruttner, for your leadership today on the press conference. I see you've just checked in. But anyway, back to the sort of arc of the quality improvement system. So, you know, the feds have been asking states to develop quality rating and improvement systems. Connecticut has been sort of pushing back on that because we have leaned on NAEYC accreditation for so many years. We didn't feel that we should build a new standard or a whole new system when we have the most NAEYC accredited programs in the country. We have some of the strongest licensing regulations in the country. So as Deb and her incredible team at OEC, including Jessica Goldstein, who's been working on this project for a couple of years, and the quality improvement team, as we talked about it, building the supportive system, we knew we needed to come out to you. And so over the past 2 years, we know what we don't like in the 40+ states. Lynn Kagan from Yale has been advising us to look at a program that will improve the system, not look at individual classrooms. And so we're looking to do this with the launch of the quality improvement system. It looks very different than it looked 2.5 years ago when we first conceived of it and met with the National Association for the Education of Young Children and asked them to partner with us in this work. And it looks different because of you. There have been surveys and meetings with early childhood providers and focus groups, and a lot of hard work by the Team OEC, many of whom have experience as program directors. So this is grounded in our sort of, we have a campaign that some of you know about called Trust Licensed Care. That's the foundation of this system, is trusting licensed care. And we're going to keep getting that message out in the field that licensed care makes a difference, and that health and safety are foremost in that system. And then we're going to support programs getting to Head Start standards, family child care accreditation, or center-based NAEYC accreditation with a new approach at OEC. So I am going to walk you through some slides, and then you're going to see that what we have now is different than what I know I showed about 2.5 years ago when I was first going out in the field. And 2 years from now, it will look different still, because this is a beginning, and this process toward quality improvement needs to be responsive to program needs. So that's how we built the system, and we're excited to launch it today. Okay, next slide, please. So Connecticut has a lot to be proud of in terms of being a family-friendly state and a state that has high-quality childcare. Care.com ranks us #1 in the country. Casey Foundation ranks us as 7th in overall child well-being. We are a great state for working mothers, and in the top 5 for early education. And we've made unprecedented investments over the past 2 years and going forward in the next year. This says $150 million in the state budget. Really, it's been about $600 million of state, federal, and philanthropy dollars that have gone into supporting you all at such a challenging time. So we think this work is part of building a system with quality that families can count on, and that that gives you clear supports and guidance toward moving toward improved quality. I know as a director for 30 years, I was always focused on how can we be better. And so some of those programs were NAEYC accredited, some I brought through the process, but we're all working to get better every day, just like you all. Okay, next. So for some of you who've seen what's happening in other states, this slide will seem very relevant. For others, it'll give you a sense of what's happening in other states and what we're going to do differently in Connecticut. Other states have programs are rated as a 1 to 5 star, and their reimbursement rates are based on those ratings, and they have elaborate infrastructures of raters. They pay hundreds of raters to go into thousands of classrooms, and they build complicated data systems around this quality rating and improvement system. We're not going to do that in Connecticut. We're not having a star system. We're not walking into classrooms and rating you. We are supporting directors as they move toward a national standard of quality. We've also worked closely with NAEYC in this work over the past 2.5 years to build this quality system using the data they have about program improvement. What are the ways that programs do move forward? They have tens of thousands of data points on where programs need support. This is not a mandatory program, it's a voluntary program. and it's not punitive, and it's not a replacement for accreditation and licensing. A lot of states have both of those things. We think we got to keep this simple, use a national standard, and be supportive. Some of it, for the launch, we have some additional funds that we're going to put into supporting quality, but we have really built this into our long-term child care development fund plan. So this is not something that's getting funded now and that's going away. It's part of our long-term plan that we've presented to the feds with our federal funding. So it is a program that will change over time. It will be available to everyone. There is not a cost. And you know that OEC has been paying accreditation fees because we know that's a barrier, and we'll look to continue to do that over time. We also are offering family child care supports through our network and center-based supports through AQIS, the Accreditation Quality Improvement System. Okay, next slide, please. We do know that you're running a business and that you have challenges, and that you're always looking to give children the best possible care you can give them at a time that's super challenging in terms of workforce and supporting the workforce. So we want to support you with your people, with your processes, and with your program. So we're looking to help your business improve. And also we have services to help your business practices too, if you need that. Next slide. This is a national model. We had Michelle Kang meet with our whole team at OEC, who is the executive director of NAYC, who was super excited to talk to our team and say no other state is doing this. We think other states should be looking at quality improvement not as a compliance and punitive effort, but as a supportive effort. We know that early childhood providers right now don't have everything they need to deliver the products that they want to deliver to children. Maybe some of you do, but most programs I talk to need help with training, need help with the workforce, need help in understanding the resources we offer at OEC. And during our director listening sessions, we had 4 director listening sessions. It was really fascinating to listen to directors talk to each other about, you didn't know about Connecticut Shares? Oh, you didn't know about these videos at Eastern? You didn't know about this? You didn't know about that? That there are resources out there that OEC has not been doing a great job of organizing in a way that you know what's available to you. I would say the registry is an exception to that, and that the registry, if you're on the registry, supports are very obvious to you. But if you're not a state-funded program, it may be that you're not in the registry yet, and that you want to be in the registry so your staff can have access to those trainings. So we think our approach is about organizing resources and supports, and in fact, adding 5 regional navigators who are going to be there, who are going to know your region, know what's happening in terms of professional development and services, and support you. So we're adding to our state infrastructure in a supportive way. We're not adding IT, we're not adding raters, we're adding support folks who are going to be your navigators through this process. Okay, Diana, and just tell me if, I think I have one more slide, is that correct? No, I think I'm done, Deb Fliss. Am I done?
You are in fact finished with your piece. Thank you very much.
Deb, 30 years and you're still hanging in there with me.
We're still standing. That's a good thing.
We still have ideas. All right.
Yeah, we have ideas. Here's the beginning of ideas. Thank you. Appreciate
Thanks so much, Deb. Yeah.
All right. So today we introduce to you Elevate. Please welcome our new logo and name of our system. Elevate is based on a philosophy that growth and change come when we're surrounded by support, resources, tools, and expert information. Sorry. So this is the system of support. We are introducing tools, resources, expert information, pathways, and people to help you and your organization solve the challenges that you have before you. to take on the work that you choose to do to improve your program. Elevate is the system you reach out to in order to get the support that you need on the topics that you choose to work on. Elevate also leaves room for you to take a breath, take a pause, and decide to stay where you are for the moment before you move forward with another set of supports and resources. Again, as the commissioner said, this is about people, programs, and products working together. So here are the 3 levels of engagement in the Elevate system: member, member plus, and member accredited. For all Elevate members, all of you, you all begin at the member level with supports and people to help ensure that you can move forward on the areas of improvement that you choose to work on. Every member has full access to Elevate materials and programs through an OEC online directory inside of our website. You also have access to a designated service navigator who will help you identify the resources that will be helpful on the topics that you choose. The member level, as the commissioner said earlier, is based on providing trusted licensed care and as the first element of our system. Member Plus means trusted licensed care plus resources and completing an Elevate program plan, which commits you to working on 1 to 3 goals for program improvement. The goal setting is within your purview to make choices and define your goals, and service navigators will help match resources to those goals to help keep you involved in continuous improvement. Member accredited is all of the 2 previous levels of engagement, plus achieving and maintaining accreditation and continuing with the continuous improvement and utilization of Elevate resources. Member accredited recognizes NAFCC accreditation, NAEYC accreditation, and Head Start approval. So here's a chart that shows how the 3 levels of engagement look across the various aspects of engagement and achievement in the system. So, what does this mean to you? It means that there are 3 simple first steps for you to take with the launch of Elevate. This is, as the commissioner said, a voluntary system with resources and tools available to you. So the 3 simple first steps look like this: connecting with a service navigator or a staffed family childcare network to learn about and access resources. You may also check out our resources and tools on our website. Within the website, you will also find the Elevate program plan samples that we've created, both a blank form as well as a completed sample to give you an idea of what a plan could look like and how that plan might be used to advance your work. I'd like to turn over now to Karen Bent, who's going to begin the conversation with our service navigators.
Thanks, Deb. My name is Karen, and I am one of 4 service navigators, and I am charged with the north and southwestern part of the state. So as service navigators, we understand what providers are experiencing. We are here to listen and support, and we'll meet you where you are based on your goals. Service navigation is the human connection to promote accessible, no-cost supports for providers to work with children and families. Quality improvement begins with direct support for providers and easy access to program supports. We recognize providers have questions about our system. Once providers connect with service navigation through OEC or your staff family child care network, we will help providers identify your next steps in the continuous improvement process. Your service navigator will offer you, the providers, choice in how you engage with quality improvement resources. And now I'll turn it over to my colleague.
Good afternoon. I'm Dina Miranda, and I'm your service navigator for the North Central region. We also have a website we'd like you to take a look at. The website hosts a lot of great resources, and we are still working on ways to organize it and add more information. So we encourage you to look at www.connecticutOEC.org/elevate. And I'll turn it over to Diana.
Hello again, everyone. I'm Diana Reyes, and I'm the service navigator for the South Central region of the state. Another key aspect in deeper engagement with Elevate is filling out an Elevate program improvement plan. This is not a judgment. This is a document that will help you focus on what areas you want to grow in and how you'll get there. Next slide, please.
Studies show we can be up to 3 times more likely to reach our goals if we write them down and make a plan. So we know when we do write things down, we are much more likely to reach the goals that we set for ourselves. Next slide.
The plan that you develop will be specific for your program. You can focus on developing SMART goals around learning and development, business process, and even engagement with families. By developing goals that are both specific and measurable, you'll be able to celebrate your achievements and continuously move forward. Now I'll hand it over back to Karen Bent.
So we have just shared a lot of information with you today about service navigation, what it is, and how to access it. But the best way to explain it is really to share a couple of real life examples. So with that, we'd like to share this brief video created by all of your service navigators. Bear with us while we pull this up. Deb, let us know if you're having any problems pulling up the video. If so, we can move on.
Karen, you're telling me you're not hearing it. Is that
No,
what you're
I'm
saying?
afraid not, or seeing
Oh,
it.
That means I was sitting here listening by myself. Okay, hold on.
Oh no.
Yeah, hold on. We're going to stop a share and reshare. You're getting it now?
We're seeing it, but I'm not hearing it.
Deb, I think you need to turn on that, reshare again and turn on that little button that says share audio.
Yeah.
Please bear with us. We're
Sorry.
learning here.
It
That's
all
okay.
got fixed, and
It
let's
happened.
see. Here we go. Try it again. We start Karen back from the beginning.
And while we wait for this to come up, just a reminder, folks, you can put your questions into the chat and we will get back to them at the end.
Are you seeing it? I'm going to turn it on.
We
Not
see
just
it.
yet. Hi, my name is Karen Bent,
There,
and
I
I'm
have
the
it now.
Elevate Service Navigator for the western
Beautiful.
portion of Connecticut. In a moment, you'll hear from our other 3 service navigators. But first, I want to help clarify what you can expect from the 4 of us as you consider the when and the why you might want to contact us and what to expect once you do. The 4 of us are well positioned to have joined the Elevate Quality Improvement Initiative because each of us have had our own unique professional experiences, both within the OEC and in our previous early childhood work. Whether you are a family child care provider, a classroom or head teacher, or a program administrator, we understand how rewarding yet challenging your jobs are out there in the field. We are here to help. We want everyone within our Elevate system to have direct access to a human connection here at OEC or within their staffed family child care network. A direct path for you to connect with resources and partners, whether you're looking for ways to boost your own professional development or that of your staff, or if you have challenges or questions regarding things such as child development, curriculum, or business development, or sustainability. We are here to listen to you, ask questions to better understand your specific needs, and ultimately help get you to the answers and information that will help you in your program elevate. We understand that you might be wondering about what types of scenarios, challenges, or questions might be appropriate in warranting a call to your service navigator. So now each of my colleagues will take a moment to share with you just a few of many examples of such scenarios. Let me turn it over now to Dina.
Hi, my name is Dina Miranda, and I'm your Elevate Service Navigator for the North Central region of the state. One example of when you might contact us would be, perhaps you're facing a challenge within the domain of children's learning and development. For instance, you might be finding that some of the children in your program or classroom just don't seem to listen to you. If you were to contact me with that issue, here's an example of how I might respond after getting to know you a bit and asking for more specifics from you. I may encourage you to reach out to the Early Childhood Consultation Partnership, ECCP, who may be able to offer direct support for children's social and emotional development, or may be able to assist you with some strength-based mental health consultation. ECCP provides services focused on specific children, engaging their families, as well as the classroom or family child care focused supports that can provide resources to teachers. In addition, the pyramid model may also be of help to you. The pyramid model for supporting social emotional competence in infants and young children is a positive behavioral intervention and support framework. Early childhood practitioners, caregivers, and families can use this model to promote young children's social and emotional development, as well as prevent and address challenging behaviors. I may also direct you to the Child Development Info Line that can connect families to resources, including how to handle challenging behaviors. Now, let me turn it over to Pamela, who will offer another possible scenario appropriate for service navigation.
Hi, my name is Pamela Levasseur, and I'm your Elevate Service Navigator for the Eastern and Southeastern region of Connecticut. Another possible example of when you might contact us includes the following. Perhaps you're a program director facing some challenges in the area of staff qualifications and development. For instance, you may have just hired a large number of new program staff and need to get them trained quickly. If you were to contact me with this issue, here's an example of how I might respond after getting to know you a bit and asking for some specifics from you. I might first ask if you're familiar with the state professional registry. Once you create your registry account, you'll have access to a wealth of free online trainings on topics in important quality improvement areas, such as health and safety, business management, curriculum and assessment, family engagement, and much more. Also, I might suggest that you familiarize yourself and your staff, if you haven't already, with the Connecticut Shares website, which offers a wealth of information, resources, and postings for various trainings. It will link you to OEC-sponsored ECE professional trainings through CCI registry, as well as trainings through Pro Solutions. CT Shares will also connect you to free training resources that can be used in your program to support strengthening interactions with families and children, early identification of developmental issues, reinforcing health protocols, learning Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint skills, and much more. In addition, I'd direct you to the list of trainings offered via AQIS that are free and open to everyone. This list is distributed by the regional AQIS facilitators to provide in their region and via the ECE listserv. Lastly, I'd encourage you to filter through the OEC website under professional development, as well as licensing under required trainings, as these are both valuable resources as you consider what you may need for your staff. Let me now turn it over to Diana, who will offer one final scenario that would be appropriate for service navigation.
Thanks, Pam. Hi, my name is Diana Reyes, and I'm your Elevate Service Navigator for the South Central region of the state. Another possible example of when you might contact us includes the following. Perhaps you're needing some guidance in the area of business support. For example, you might find yourself struggling to recruit and enroll more new families and need some help with marketing your business. If you were to contact me with this issue, here's an example of how I might respond after getting to know you a bit and asking for some specifics from you. I would first introduce and encourage you to consider contacting the Women's Business Development Council. They have many beneficial resources and direct coaching available that could assist you with business marketing for immediate recruitment needs and overall business development going forward. In addition, I'd encourage you to reach out to 2-in-1 Childcare to ensure that all of your program's information is accurate and up to date in their data portal. Your profile on that platform is hugely beneficial in maintaining your ongoing ability to reach families in need of childcare. So it's critical that your program's information and availability are current. And I can help you to learn how to access the portal yourself to update that information, ensuring that families see current information. Now I'll turn it back over to Karen.
So there you have it. A few specific examples of situations that show you the benefit of contacting your Elevate Service Navigator. After we speak with you, we'll then be able to follow up with you a few weeks later to see if any of the suggested resources were useful or if you need further support. We hope you found this overview helpful as you continue to learn more about the OEC's quality improvement system and how we, your service navigators, can help as you work to elevate. Please don't be shy. Give us a call. Thank you so much for watching.
Okay. Thank you all so much. Thanks to the service navigation team who went out on a limb to not only to do this webinar and previous webinars, but to make a video that will live on our website so that folks can see them, meet them, and get to know them a little bit in that way before they make contact with them. I saw some questions in the chat about the East Region Service Navigator. She's actually in training today, which is why she's not with us, but Pamela Lavasser is the East Region Service Navigator, and she too will be available to make connections and provide support as part of next steps. So where to go going forward from here? Please explore the Elevate website. It takes you through a process of revealing resources and some new tools that can be helpful to you in self-reflection and to identifying some places where resources might be useful to you. Our service navigators will provide office hours going forward. A schedule will be sent out so that you can connect with them in some small group conversations. You can also reach out to them directly. Their contact information is also on the website. They're happy to hear from you in either way, either by a direct individual contact or by joining office hours to ask some questions and do some learning with them and help them learn about you and your needs. As I said, within the website, you'll find some information about the Elevate program plan, and you'll find some new tools that were developed in collaboration with our partners at the National Association for the Education of Young Children. Those tools are designed to give you a small snapshot of look at your program to help you do some self-reflection and some planning. The tools are one of the things that we anticipate will grow and change over time, and we will ask for your feedback as those tools are launched and used. And then finally, an important next step is to think about your goals for improvement. Where are the places where you would like to learn more, or you would like to bring resources to the families that you serve? This is how Elevate can help you. Our system stands to be the most innovative, exciting, and impactful model in the country because you are leading it. You will tell us what is helpful to you, where your needs are, and how we can support you. Our job is to deliver that support so that you have control over what happens in your program and how it happens, and that our supports help you guide that work. We know that your leadership and your partnership will continue to inform this work and to help us all achieve our commitment to Connecticut's children. Thank you for joining us today. Today marks a huge step forward in the quality improvement system building of our state. As the Commissioner described in the beginning, we have been in this process for a very long time. And I mean very long, not just in this iteration of the system, but Connecticut has gone down the path of quality improvement system work multiple times. We have finally been able to bring this to fruition with the efforts of many folks within our agency and all of you impacting and informing and influencing our work. We thank you for your interest and your continued dedication to quality, and we look forward to hearing more and having your influence in the system.